Hey, what's going on, man? It's Maurice, Jedi Council here, and I got a lot of things I gotta talk about. I'm gonna try to wrap this up in a 10-minute video, but here's my opinion on why Star Wars is gonna be sold by Disney because they're not gonna make a lot of money because they don't know the lore. It's very simple. Unlike Peter Jackson, I respect Peter Jackson because Peter Jackson read all three of the books. He read J.R. Tolkien. He read J.R. Tolkien's whole work, The Silmarillion. See, Lord of the Rings is an epic story. It's epic 3 books. But in Lord of the Rings, it's 3 books in one age. You get what I'm saying? Like there's other incidences in that first age that take place. They're not as they are important because they lead up, but they're not as important as the War of the Ring. Then you have the second age and the first age that have critical critical, characters and timelines and things that of that sort that have gone down that led up to the War of the Ring. Okay, Star Wars. It's like Kathleen Kennedy don't give a Star. You know what they messed up? They don't have any lore nerds around them of the expanded universe that they're actually gonna plan on listening to. They don't have that. George Lucas would have had a few lore nerds on his team, and they would have been working, doing a lot of great things. But Bob Iger, which he had the nerve to say he's better than Walt Disney. I'm like, bro, get out of here. Bob Iger needs to get shot down and fired like today. And Kathleen Kennedy needs to go. They both need to go. They both need to go. Here's why The Mandalorian isn't going to work. Because you have the expanded universe that explains what the Mandalorians are, right? The only way this show would ever work, honestly, the only way The Mandalorian would ever work, The Mandalorian has to be taking place in the Old Republic era. Because you can't have a man... Look, for the Mandalorians' home planet, their culture, was destroyed by Revan in the expanded universe like 4,000 years ago, before the Battle of Yavin, before the Republic even formed, before Anakin's era or Luke's era. Revan activated a supernova that had millions of Jedi, millions of Sith, millions of Rebel troopers, Republic troopers, millions of Mandalorians, and blew the whole thing up to end the war. Revan ended the war. Revan also destroyed most of the Mandalorian population. So there was remnants throughout the stars, right? And through the years they died. It all came down to Jango Fett, because Jango Fett is Mandalorian, right? He's a bounty hunter, but he's a Mandalorian. Then his son Baba, and Jango actually makes the clone army. Then his son Boba Fett, right? He's the last one. Then you're going to have a show called Mandalorian. Dude, it's going to be so whack because there's only going to be one guy that you're going to be facing, like going through. There's going to be no culture. The only way this shit would be hot is if he's looking for Revan's mask, because Revan's mask had the Mandalorian mask. And he wants to find it to unite any Mandalorians that are still around. That's the only way that would be hot. Other than that, that's just trash. Trash. Mandalorian, and then you're gonna do it in around the Empire era. No, bro. All of them were exterminated Palpatine's 3rd year as ruler over the Galactic Senate. So for you to come out there and just be like, yo, here's a show called Mandalorian. No one gave a fuck about Mandalorians. No one gave a fuck about Solo. Cause that shit, we didn't need a story about Solo. That was a waste of money. That was a waste of money. You know what y'all should have done? Y'all should have called, which y'all don't want to do because y'all don't want to give the creator, Lord George Lucas, money. Y'all thought y'all gave him enough money, but no, y'all didn't. Because he's made Star Wars a part of American culture. What y'all should have done was the Solo movie should have been a movie about like Obi-Wan and Anakin. Or y'all could have had somebody else from that Jedi Council. Like, y'all have no imagination. Y'all could have had somebody else from the Jedi Council that we like Shaak Ti, and made a Shaak Ti movie. with her apprentice or some shit like that. What happened with Shakti? Y'all could have done something else. Jedi. I understand you guys don't want to pay George Lucas a 5% percentage off of the word, but that's what made Star Wars is the Jedi. It's Luke. It's the Jedi. It's the lore. It's everything that goes. It's not the Mandalorians. It's not all this shit. It's a part of it, but the meat and potatoes is the Jedi and the Republic. Okay, that's it. And Luke Skywalker. And Anakin, that's it. And the Jedis that are nice and dirty, when I mean nice and dirty, I mean great and epic around them. Because, of course, all-star football players aren't going to be chilling with guys on the bench. They're going to be chilling with all-star football players. Duh. So that's why I'm like, okay, that's good. Man, y'all are trash. I'm like, where's Luke's wife at? I'm thinking in my brain in episode 7, I'm like, yo, who are they going to cast for Mara Jade? Like, which redhead in Hollywood they about to cast for Mara Jade? They don't cast none. I'm like, okay, where's Ben's son at? I'm like, I mean, where's Luke's son at? Ben. I'm like, yo, we about to get a good no cast for him. Okay, Luke. Okay, we're gonna get a Luke. Luke's an old grumpy guy, the main character, the main protagonist that we've been waiting. Okay, man, the sequels are trash. And then the lightsaber fight y'all gave us is trash. Y'all even give us a good lightsaber fight. A guy spinning around like this. A fucking guy spinning around in a red ass metal suit that he can't even see out of. That shit was not epic at all. That lightsaber fight was crap. That shit was crappy, bro. They got served up by 2 fucking Padawans that didn't even trash. And then Bob Iger has the nerve to be like, yeah. Which I already knew from how episode 7 started. I knew that for a fact. George didn't want to go down this direction. George would have told us the story of what happened with Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewbacca, and Chewie, and R2. You know what I'm saying? Which we know because we have the books. You know what I'm saying? We know what happens, and you know what I'm saying. And George Lucas would have taken all those ideas, but how they're doing the story, and honestly, the characters themselves, the actors themselves, they have to know it themselves. Like, yo, this Star Wars that they're doing is not better than anything I've seen from George. They gotta know, because Disney's not doing them a fair service, because it's just the name Star Wars that's hot on their resume for when they go get another acting job. But when the actor or the director sees the actual movie of Star Wars, it waters their Star Wars on their franchise, on their resume down, because the movie and the directors that actually had you guys suck, and your acting is not good in the movie. So like John Boyega, I don't even give a fuck about him because of how he done, like, Knives Out. I'm like, you have people that loyal to the franchise that even if you fuck up in the franchise, they're not gonna follow you anywhere else. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about John Boyega, and he's a black guy, because he fucked up Star Wars. And it's not him, it's just the character and the development is fucked because of the directors. So I can't really blame him, but I don't care about him because they made me not care about him. Because at the end of the day, yeah, it's a character, but you're playing the character. So I don't care about the character, I don't care about you. Quote unquote, so to speak. And it's a shame because this is supposed to be their best movie on the Star Wars is supposed to be Star Wars is supposed to be the best movie on their resume, by far, top 3 on their resume. Not now. I mean, Christian Hayden, yeah. The girl, I mean, anybody from the prequel era or the old era, yeah, they could go into any director and demand any amount of money they want. They're all A-list celebrities, B+ celebrities. These new people, they're not A+, B+ celebrities. They're C+ celebrities, bruh. John Boyega, I didn't know who he was until this. Ray Disley, whatever her name is, I didn't know her till this. Poe Dameron, I didn't know him till this. And their faces, like, he doesn't have a face that I want to follow. You know what I'm saying? As a pilot, you know, he hasn't done anything epic. Like, he hasn't done anything epic at all. Like, he hasn't done shit. Like, what I mean by epic is, as a pilot, Anakin Skywalker went into a Y-wing and fucking went into a Star Destroyer and blew that shit up. Luckily, but using the Force by himself. That's some epic ass, you're one of the best pilots ever type shit. Poe has not done any of that. Poe has not gone into an X-Wing and done anything. He's just destroyed, you know what I mean? Drop the bombs now! Like, you have not done anything. You have not gone in some shit, blown some shit out, fly out, and the shit blow. You have not done nothing epic. So for y'all to be like, he's the best Resistance pilot, it's a joke to me. Because it's like, nigga, what the fuck is that? Like, nigga, who really? Alright, fuck it. Then he must not be that good because he can't do shit. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta say that, man. It's bad, man. It's really bad. Disney dropped the ball with Star Wars, man. All they had to do, bro, all they had to do was show the epicness in the books about Luke. That's all they had to do, baby. Show us the Jedi Temple Luke created. Show us the new badass, cool, masculine-ass Jedis. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Show us the cool, the epic shit, baby. Don't give us Jedis that are skinny as fuck that we're like, yo, this guy's a wimp without no lightsaber. You know what I'm saying? Like, the Rebels series, oh, that guy's a Jedi. That guy looks like a straight-up wimp. No, straight-up wimp. I would not be intimidated by him even if he was a Jedi. You get what I'm saying? Like, Mace Windu, he's intimidating. Shak Ti, she's intimidating. Asila Salan, she's intimidating. Grandmaster Basa Shalan, she's intimidating. With or without a lightsaber. Regon Skan, he's intimidating. You know, their facial features are manly, masculine. You know what I'm saying? Good looking, masculine, you know, strong. You know, it makes me want to follow the character in the story, in the book, and out of the book. I don't give a fuck about Rebels. That's another thing. Real Star Wars fans don't give a fuck. And they never give a fuck about Rebels because we got everything we needed out of the books about Rebels and the movies. Like, we don't care about Rebels. That was another thing that was wasted. That was wasted epicness. You know what I'm saying? You wasted it on that. Now you're expecting it to come back. Listen, unless Ben Skywalker comes out of the cut, I don't give a fuck about Kylo, bro, because we know Kylo's gonna die. They gotta do something, man. Bob Iger ain't shit, bro. But I already know they're gonna, after 2022, they have to sell it because it's gonna cost more on the park and more on them to keep it than them to actually get benefit, because the main fans like me who will go to the movie theater and pay to see episode 3 like 20 times. I've done that. I've seen episode 3 in movie theaters like 15, 16, 18 times. Paid 18, 19 times. My lightsaber is like $2,000. You get what I'm saying? So it's funny how a lot of these motherfuckers want the money, but they don't want the responsibility of keeping a good franchise. And FYI, George Lucas was the creator of the epic throwback epicness. So what I mean by that is, you know how, you know, a lot of like the show Breaking Bad, how it has like how it jumps all over and it all correlates and it's all good. George Lucas started that shit, okay? And then a lot of people copied him, and they can't even perfect his style. So they have good, like Breaking Bad is good, but am I gonna say Breaking Bad's plot twists are better than Star Wars plot twists? Hell no, because George Lucas gave you three original trilogies. Middle, beginning, end, middle, beginning, end, middle, beginning, end, and in the movie itself, it was a middle, beginning, and the end in the story. And then had it at a different time, and then came back, middle, beginning, end, middle, beginning, end, middle, beginning, end, in all 3 movies, and it gave you a boatload of answers to the original story. You can't do George, baby. Only George can pull a George, baby. Y'all should have had him in the studio doing all the epic shit. Y'all could have made, y'all made $4 billion. Y'all could have made $8-10 billion with George, bruh. And probably would have had to broke him off, not even $500,000. Like, come on, like, yo, y'all crazy, bruh. Y'all are crazy. Bob Iger, for that, I ain't never going to Disney, bruh. I never been, but I ain't never going now. And thank you for fucking up my childhood, and thank you for having the balls to come out and say that. I have to be fair to you, Bob Iger. Thank you for having enough balls to put that in your memoir. So now I know you can't be trusted. And I know you gonna have to sell Star Wars sometime. You're gonna have to sell it because Mandalorian is gonna be a flop. Unless Mandalorian is in the Old Republic era, it's gonna be a flop. Y'all don't know what the fuck y'all doing or what y'all got or where y'all going. Y'all don't know shit. And with that being said, I'm out of here, man. Real Star Wars fans unite, man.